Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blue Rib Lounge podcast.
Where you get all your information that you didn't want, but you now need.
Now you have it, and you can hold on to it for as long as you'd like.
Yes, file it away under the dusty table with the wobbly leg. Stick all that information right under there.
Yeah, clear out the fucking dust bunnies under your bed and
Yes.
stuff it all under there with your monies.
Right.
I ended up watching that Monster series on Netflix.
Yeah, the Ed Gein.
Yeah, had you seen that, or was it just Jason?
Just Jason. I saw some reviews about it. So.
Yeah. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
I could see how they took some liberties, especially with it being so old, you know? Like, maybe some of the stuff, like he ends up being in a mental ward. Maybe some of that stuff was, recorded, but a lot of the stuff, you got to make it entertaining.
Yeah. It's a lot of hearsay.
Yeah.
Is what it seems like. And, like, the real story, the thing that always got me was had something wrong with him, and he did make a lot of furniture out of bones, and he made himself a girl suit.
My wife said that one of her teachers in high school, that teacher's grandmother was exhumed and turned into a lamp.
Ooh.
By Ed Gein. She's from Wisconsin. Now my kid has that teacher.
Yeah.
In his school.
Oh.
Is that crazy or what?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That made me think, like that 7, what's it called? 7 something to Kevin Bacon.
7 Degrees.
7 Degrees to Kevin Bacon. It's weird how some things in life are kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because my kid just told me that this new guy she's dating, he works up in Des Moines, and he's like a fancy tailor.
Oh, really? That's
like
cool.
a high-end tailor. And he was saying that he actually tailored a suit for Corey Taylor.
Whoa, that's
the
cool.
Guy from Slipknot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
tailored a suit for Taylor.
I'm like, that's awesome. Yeah, she had to call me and tell me. She's like, you won't believe this.
So we were watching this monster series.
Yeah.
And they do like flash forwards to the movies that are inspired by Ed Gein.
Yeah.
And one of them was Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill. My wife has a necklace inspired by Buffalo Bill.
Which necklace?
It's like a fat lady.
Oh.
I think it's like a what's it called when you're trying to get pregnant? Like fertility idol.
Okay.
I think it's like a fertility
all right.
idol or
Okay.
something. And that's why it's a pregnant lady, I would think, or something like that.
Yeah.
But we looked at it and I was like, fuck, how you make those. I wonder where they get those, or if they made them or what. My wife looks it up, and she goes to her sales orders.
Yeah.
Sorts it by California. And there was a guy that ordered one and then ordered another one.
Yeah.
And then ordered another one.
3 of them.
And I Googled his name, and he's a prop master on the show.
Oh.
So we think that her necklace from the shop is in that show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, I was just kind of saying it, like how many people are selling that necklace. But she said she kind of thought she recognized the chain that it was on. Because you can get the idol, I think, because it's, I think, a popular cultural imagery.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was on a specific chain.
Is it like the chubby lady with no arms or legs?
I don't know exactly, but, one, we could look it up. Check out shopabernathy's.com. Pick yourself up a fertility idol necklace from Buffalo Bill and some Blue Ribbon Lounge stickers. Package them up. You'll get a deal on shipping because you only have to pay for one shipping.
Yeah.
You're not going to
Might as well get some stickers, too.
Yeah. Shop Abernathy's.
Because last time I was in there, I think I saw they have a whole line of necklaces inspired from movies.
Yeah, it's called Raised by Movies.
Okay.
And I did a couple of their art logos.
I think I saw that where they're like little girls sitting in front of a TV.
Yeah, I made it look like them as little kids. Yeah. Which is like one of my favorite graphic designs that I've made, because I'm really no artist, But like
You're just modest. Like any artist, they think they're crap.
but like you do enough things and some of them are bound to turn out.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got all sorts of stuff. Like some of my favorites are like Cry Baby.
Yeah.
With who's that guy?
Johnny Depp.
Famous. Johnny Depp, yeah.
Yeah.
The gal in their hatchet face.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we were at. We were at like a jewelry show or something, like a craft convention.
Yeah.
And she found all these old stock cat pins.
Huh.
And she bought them all. And I can't remember the exact order. But she we eventually either she realized then or we eventually realized that they were the same fucking pin that Hatchet Face wears in a scene. I almost want to say it's the scene where she's like breaking Johnny Depp out of jail.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie in so long, but
dude, it's so good. It holds up.
I've seen it a lot back in the day. It was one of my sister's favorite movies.
Okay.
Because I know the part.
Which number one fan?
Number one fan.
Hell yeah.
And because there's the one part where the lady's sunbathing and she pulls the tape off and she's like, "Cry baby, you scorched me, baby."
You want to check out these gunboats? And she's wearing like a knit top. It's like a bikini made out of like yarn.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And then, yeah, the alphabet bomber was his dad.
Yeah. And he's got a big tattoo of a fucking electric chair on his chest.
Yeah, and he pulls it open right when the lightning strikes.
Lightning drives me mad. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep looking this up.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not like I don't know if the Wi-Fi or what's been giving me trouble, but yeah, watch that, and it was fairly entertaining, and I did like how it had a bunch of other serial killers in there and stuff. And,
yeah,
and my wife was saying she had listened to an interview of the gal who was like the love interest / best friend.
Yeah. And
it sounds like that girl actually, like, she really thought he was nice and thought at a lot of times that she was taking advantage of him. And that's what I think what really portrayed out of the show is that, like, he seemed like a relatively nice dude, obviously had some mental issues.
Yeah.
In one way or another, because, like, maybe he was transgender or maybe he was queer or something. But at that time, super not acceptable.
Right.
And you got to lock it all inside of you.
Especially out in the rural areas.
Yeah. And now I wouldn't say that, being transgender or queer is a mental illness, but having to lock it inside of you could give you something.
Yeah, it could be like that, like switch that kind of breaks you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they don't talk about it in the show, I know of, but he was really close with his neighbors and would go over.
That was the gal, I think, that was his like best friend type love interest. I think they were also neighbors.
Okay, because he used to go over there for dinner like at least once a week and stuff.
Okay,
so he was a pretty social guy.
Yeah, and yeah, it was pretty good. And the guy who did it is like the lead on Sons of Anarchy.
Okay,
and like me and my wife kept joking like almost every episode that I caught with her, I would say some shit like, this guy never thought he'd be doing this role. Like, right. And when I saw Sons of Anarchy, which I liked the show, I'm like, this guy's going to be the next like action hero or something.
Right.
But he did such a great job bringing that character to life.
Well, that's cool. I've always wanted to watch that because
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, it fizzles out, but
okay. Because I know Henry Rollins was in it for like a season.
Yeah, he's like a super neo-Nazi or something.
Because I saw him live one time and he was like, that's the only role that he did that when he died, people cheered.
But yeah, I mean, the show it's a little bit cliche, but I think it's a decent show. Definitely like a white dude show, I think.
And for the time, what was that, like early 2000s?
Yeah, but it also had like the white guy Nazi-ish, motorcycle club.
Yeah.
Did a lot of work with like a black motorcycle club and a Mexican motorcycle club.
Right.
And I thought that was kind of like, crime knows mostly no bounds,
Right.
If you're like a hardcore racist slinging dope, you'll sell to anybody,
Yeah. Well, that's a part of American History X.
Yeah.
That's why the main character gets beat up in prison is because he's like, why are you selling to these people? And they're like, hey man, chill out. Like,
yeah. We're
like,
locked in here together.
Yeah, even the skinheads were like, yeah, we gotta do that. Like,
yeah.
Calm down, you racist.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that movie, American History X, is one of those that like, I don't know if you're allowed to say it's a good movie.
Why wouldn't you be able to?
Because the message is good, but I don't know personally, but I know that there are a lot of people who use the first part of the movie to like celebrate that kind of culture.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, those people are going to do that no matter what, you know? And it's like, I mean, this kind of brings me around to some of the stuff I was going to talk about, like all this, you know, ICE and fascist and oligarchical bullshit. And then now they're trying to like put, you know, they're trying to tie down free speech and stuff. Like you can't say bad shit about Israel or whatever.
Yeah, well, that was that one guy that just passed away. Kirk's.
Oh, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. Like his thing, it was weird because what he was saying, then they would be like, oh, it's free speech, blah, blah, blah. But then when what happened to him happened and then people were talking, you know, bad about the dead, then they're like, oh, you can't do that. And then trying to stifle their speech. So then it's like an odd.
Yeah, they tried to make like doxing lists and stuff. It is a really weird juxtaposition because the right is generally the free speech advocate, and it's like 10 years ago or whatever, you had this big woke thing where all the liberals are snowflakes, and then now you have, you know, you can't say shit about Charlie Kirk and Israel, and now the right are snowflakes about it, and now the left is like crazy terrorist anti-fascists.
Yeah.
And I watched a short or like an Instagram or something, and some guy was like, good rebrand, left. You know, we went from woke snowflakes to anti-fascist terrorists. That's a
yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
I saw a thing about that too, where because they just call them Antifa.
Yeah.
And then, but then when they're like, oh, we have to stop these Antifa, blah blah, and then someone's like, well, we should use their full name so it would make it harder for them to be like, oh, we have to shut down these anti-fascists. Like, but they're anti-fascists. Why would you want to like stop that from going on? And
it's not like a political group or like it's not like a Black Panthers. It's like if you're anti-fascist, you're just a person who disagrees with fascism. Right. So it can be everywhere and anywhere. Yeah. And it's not organized because that would almost be more leaning fascist, you know? Yeah. And all this stuff, I've been being unemployed and stuff, I've been devouring the news, which is probably not great, but but I watched a movie, I can't remember what movie, and it rolled into I think it's like 2011 or something, Adam Sandler movie. Jack and Jill. You ever see that?
No, I've heard you shouldn't watch it.
It's not a top Adam Sandler movie. Right. It just kind of rolled into it, but it was so like almost meta funny because Adam Sandler plays himself, not himself, but he plays a character, and he also plays his sister. So it's like kind of throwback to like a Mike Myers or an Eddie Murphy type thing or whatever, like even Tyler Perry does. Right. Like the dress up, you play multiple roles. Yeah. And I just felt like the Austin Powers and the Nutty Professors and stuff was such a point in time where like almost everyone was doing that. Right. But in this movie, they go to a Lakers game. All right. Kobe Bryant's playing. Yeah. Crazy. Because now he's passed away. Right. And then they went to a party, and Jared from Subway was there. Oh. Who has now been... I don't know if he's in jail for being a pedophile.
He went to jail. I don't know if he's still in jail.
Yeah, but he got hella fucking caught doing pedophile stuff. Yeah. The Slap Chop guy was there. Oh, yeah. Who got busted for slapping around a hooker or something.
Yeah, being aggro or something.
Yeah, something like that. And then... Billy Banks was there.
Okay.
And I was like, all these other people dead, arrested.
Yeah.
Billy Banks, from what I saw, and I didn't do no fucking deep research on it or
Right.
nothing, but I Googled Billy Banks and Billy Banks controversy,
Right.
and I looked in the news section. Clean as a whistle, dude.
But yeah, he's the Tybo guy.
Oh, dude.
He was like
He lives it.
Yeah. He was kind of like
Richard Simmons.
that's what I was going to say.
He was
not
the
as-
black, hip hop Richard Simmons.
I was kind of thinking that. I was like, not so eccentric Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was still like, go, punch, let's go, girls, let's get it going.
Yeah. And then Bruce Jenner was in it
Okay.
before transitioning.
All right.
Another point that, like, when Bruce Jenner transitioned, almost changed history, allowed it to be a mainstream talking point.
Yeah.
And it was just like the movie was not perfect at all.
No.
It was all right. If you watch, if it's rolling and it's like the countdown, 15 seconds till this show goes on, you don't need to go running for the remote.
Okay. Right.
But it's just so funny that period of time.
Yeah. It's like a snapshot.
Yeah, such a super snapshot. And now we got crazy political stuff.
Yeah.
And then that kind of sparked. I had seen something quick on it, and so I watched and read a few things. But between probably mostly like being off my ADHD med, I have started doing a lot of different creative stuff. Like I started working on writing a book, and I started working on writing a script. And I mean, obviously not finished, because when you have ADHD, you start a lot of stuff and never finish them.
Yeah. I get that.
But the movie script I was working on was, I wanted it to be a single scene throughout the whole movie, and then like the characters just
Like a one act kind of deal.
like a almost like a Seinfeld thing.
Oh, like a one location.
One location, yeah.
Okay.
And so I've been kind of diddling around with it, and then I came across this fucking, I mean, almost call it historic now, but about this guy on Coast to Coast with Art Bell.
Yeah.
You're more of an Art Bell guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of a George Norrie guy, just because, like, at the time I was working, I had to be to work at 5.
Yeah.
And so I was catching like this, I think it was like a rerun right after the live show.
Yeah.
On my way to work, I was listening to George Norrie, and so that's why he sticks with me for Coast to
Resonates
Coast.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I came across this old Coast to Coast with Art Bell about Mike Madman Markham. You know who that is?
No.
He's a guy who was living in Stanberry, Missouri. He was an amateur inventor, and he had some years of formal education and kind of a love and a knack for electrical work. In the late 90s, he was working with Jacob's Ladders, which it's like the 2 poles and then the arc that goes like kind of up them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like really interested with them, and he was kind of pushing the limits of them. And so he made this little one that was like 18 inches tall, and it like totally, he put so much power through it, it totally like blew up on him.
Yeah.
Like it didn't explode his whole house or nothing.
Right.
But it just like really, no pun intended, sparked a lot of interest in him.
Yeah.
So he wanted to make it bigger. He wanted to make it like 8 foot tall.
Oh, okay.
And so he claimed, to make this 8 foot tall one, he didn't have a lot of cash. So first he went and stole a bunch of old transformers that were just laying around in this power, it's not a power plant, but like a transformer area. They're usually like a lot of electrical equipment. They're fenced off.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not.
It's like a relay, like a power relay,
Yeah.
like a relay station.
Relay station, that's
Yeah.
the right word. But I feel like you don't see them around very often anymore. Because I had one up the street and they took it out. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Or if they relocated it, or if the technology's a little bit better or something.
Huh. I know there's one in Bettendorf downtown.
Oh, okay. And I'm sure they're all over. Like mine is in a residential area.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't see it if you're just driving the main roads. So I'm sure there's plenty of them everywhere.
Right.
But so he grabs these big ass transformers and he's working on it in his house, and he fucking causes a couple of blackouts and fucking like he's having friends come in and out of his house. Something like his neighbor thought it was suspicious activity. Maybe they were seeing like crazy lights in the windows or something, you know, some fucking
People
sci-fi shit.
going, yeah.
Maybe they think he's selling drugs or doing something illegal or something, but they call the cops. And so at this point in the machine, he claimed that it created like a vortex of waves.
Yeah.
And he was like kind of tossing stuff at it and it was disappearing.
Huh.
And that's why like the people were coming in and out. He was like, fucking come over and check this shit out. I fucking made like a teleporter or something that disintegrates stuff. And the cops show up. They see a bunch of stolen transformers and stuff, and they arrest him. He has to go to jail for 60 days. He serves in there.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not really. I mean, I almost think he got a felony charge though, because it was like maybe worth a certain amount of money, or maybe because it was like city property or something. But so he claims to have had made like a teleporter or a time machine or something.
Yeah.
And then gets out of jail, and then the news station covers it because it's like the guy got arrested for making a time machine in his house.
Yeah. And
then Art Bell finds this out, and maybe people submitted it to him, you know, on Coast to Coast. And so this guy doesn't go to Art Bell to be like, here's my time machine story. Art Bell goes to him and is like, let me interview you.
Yeah.
And the interviews, he's like very casual. He doesn't shy away from questions. He doesn't stumble a whole lot. Sometimes he does kind of like, you know, take a minute to like dumb it down.
Right.
And from what I heard, I didn't hear anything specifically on what I listened to that Art Bell is like a super electrical guy, but people that I had heard that referenced it said that Art Bell knows a little bit about, and maybe it has something to do with the radio waves and stuff.
Because he did that all from his trailers, so I'm sure he maintained a lot of that himself.
Yes, and now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember him saying like, this madman Markham, Mike, he was talking about using square waves so that he can better control the like frequency and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then Art Bell is like, yeah, I mean, I bet everybody with a ham radio within 100 miles heard you doing this, you know, because I mean, radio waves and stuff go farther than just the location.
Right.
But so he had this interview, and then a bunch of people start calling into Coast to Coast, and Mike like connects with some people that are willing to donate money or equipment, and he ends up like talking to a bunch of physicists, and over time he moves to Overland Park, Kansas, and gets an industrial warehouse, and he builds like several iterations of this machine.
All right.
Using this Jacob's Ladder technology. And he talks about like creating cylinders so that like as the frequency goes around the cylinder, that you would potentially end before you start or something, you know, because like that'd be the time travel.
Yeah.
And he talks about like using electromagnets and stuff, so it's like frequencies and magnets and spinning around and like plasma tornadoes and stuff.
Right.
And so this is a second interview with Art Bell where he's describing what he's doing in this facility.
Yeah, the new warehouse.
Yeah. And Art Bell talks about the Philadelphia experiment.
Right.
And how it was something about electromagnets and shit like that.
Yeah.
Did we cover the Philadelphia experiment? Was that in maybe Montauk?
Montauk, we
okay.
touched on it.
Yeah. Just the fact that like it teleported the ship
Right.
to another time.
In theory, or it disappeared.
Yes.
And then when it came back,
Oh,
yeah, people were like half stuck in the walls and some
yeah,
stuff.
that's what it was, wasn't it?
And then like supposedly 2 guys like disappeared and they like time traveled. So maybe the ship did, but there was at least 2, and that's when the Montauk comes in because they were people that they brought in to experiment on and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so he's tossing, baseballs and wooden boards and stuff into this time machine.
Yeah.
And it's like it's only going to the future, and it's ending up like around 200 feet directly east or west of the machine.
Okay, so he's finding this stuff.
Yeah. And it's only lasting like 2 minutes or something like that. And he thinks that the east-west has something to do with like the Earth's rotation.
Okay.
And I had heard somebody else talking about like we're here on Earth and the Earth is spinning, it's rotating the sun, the solar system is moving in the galaxy is moving in the universe. So like by the time 2 minutes is up or something, we've traveled like 100 million miles.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not the exact words, but numbers, but like we just don't realize it because we're on Earth.
Yeah, because we're actually
Our perception.
because basically what you're saying is there's our galaxy, and then there's the universe, and the universe has a center point that it's because it's infinite.
Yeah, it's
So, like,
expanding.
Yeah, but our little, was it 9 planets?
Mm-hmm.
Is 8 planets. And then inside the bigger like cluster that we're in, that has a center that everything is going around.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going around the sun and the sun's going around that. And if you were to actually like, if we had like a tail, like a comet, it would be like a spiral, like going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a spiral cone.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what people were talking about. And then when these people were talking to him about it, he was like, yeah, well, my machine is kind of linked in some way to the Earth's gravitational field. So it's, that shit doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, that's whatever the physics is. Like if you're in a car driving down the interstate, you can throw a ball up and down. It's not going to shoot back to the back window.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just thought it was interesting to hear him, just being like casually like, I understand that,
Right.
but this is why that's not applicable.
Right. He wasn't trying to like sensationalize what he was doing.
Yeah. And so he ends up, the next step is like hamsters and mice.
Yeah.
And like supposedly all these people that like helped fund him, and the physicists and stuff that helped him talk, science shit. I guess they like went there and stuff. I didn't find anything about that. I was kind of more focused on the story itself.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to hear. So if this sparks any deep desire, and you find anything cool about somebody else talking about it, like a scientist or something.
Yeah, like a firsthand.
Yeah. Shoot us a comment or a message or something. And I'd love to check that out. And I might do that later on my own time.
Right.
But, and so, he's finding these mice,
Yeah.
maybe, and he's talking about adjusting frequencies and voltages to learn where the mice should end up.
I'll try to like pinpoint, like get an exact location where you can like actually send them to type thing.
To understand more so where they're going to end up. I don't know if it was like try to get it to this platform, but like different voltages and frequencies allowed it to be closer or further.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was like, landing apples on a plate, but
Right.
but at least like, oh, this one will probably be inside the building, or this one will be.
Yeah, depending on the frequency.
Yeah. And the next step after that, old Mikey Madman, whatever his last name is, it's 3 M's, so it's kind of hard. But Markham, he walks into the machine.
Yeah.
and nobody hears from him for like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. And supposedly he ended up in Fairfield, Ohio, 800 miles east of Overland Park, Kansas.
Yeah.
And he shows up with a 2-year amnesia gap.
Ooh.
And no ID. And he does a couple of odd jobs to get a bus ticket, drives back to his warehouse in Kansas.
Yeah.
And the machine, the equipment, notes, video evidence, it's all gone.
Oh, okay.
And so he's slowly trying to piece stuff together. Eventually, he finds his way back into Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
And
so, are there interviews before and after this amnesia?
yes.
Okay,
There's
so
one before and one after.
Okay.
And it's funny because like in the second, I think there's 3 of them.
Okay.
There's one before he gets funding. There's one after he gets funding.
Yeah.
And then there's one after he teleports himself. And in the second one, Art Bell is like, "Hey man, I'm just glad you're alive, dude. You know, I've known people to mess with this stuff and they end up just frying themselves."
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of interesting. So he finds his way back onto Coast to Coast, saying that he's not going to give up, that he did teleport, and he wants to do it again. But he needs to work on a way to, you know, keep his notes and an ID and, you know, stuff to help his memory loss or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he says he's going to start working on a Faraday cage, which is like a structure that blocks electromagnetic fields.
Yes.
So like the Faraday cage would be the thing that is enacted to teleport, but will potentially not harm him.
Yeah.
And then at that point, he's supposedly never heard from again.
Okay.
And Art Bell's still doing Coast to Coast. And I don't know if I mentioned, but this was like he started on this in like 95, and by 97 is when, or 95 I think is when he's arrested. 97 I think is when he's on Art Bell's show.
Okay.
So that's the time frame.
Yeah.
But then on Art Bell's show, Coast to Coast, later, somebody calls in and says that they found a newspaper article from the 1930s claiming that there was a man who was found drowned and washed up on a beach in California in a strange metal drum, and he had a strange rectangular device on him that nobody could explain.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe he had his phone and his information and notes and stuff. You know, I mean, this thing's a computer. It's
right.
It's, you know, 20 books of information on your phone.
Well, when did he disappear the second time?
The second time, I don't have that date.
Okay, because I wouldn't think phone if you're talking. He was like 96, early 2000s.
97, and then he disappears for 2 years.
Yeah,
and then it takes him a couple of years to build a new
even
one.
like a BlackBerry or something.
Yeah. But potentially that's not true because I think he's still alive and working in the tech field is what I had seen. What you've heard, yeah. A lot of people were like, "We're not going to dox where he's at," so, you know,
right?
Because there's going to be crazies trying to call you. But I think he's working in the tech field and still alive and with us. So maybe he never did get that second jump.
Second one,
but isn't that crazy that
the amnesia part?
Yeah, I mean it's fun to imagine.
Yeah,
you know that he traveled back to the 30s and he ended up in the ocean and
that was yeah.
I mean that would suck, but it's fun to imagine time travel. Just like you folks time traveling with us, we're here, you're there, and we're zipping through the wavelengths to find you wherever you are, whenever you are.
Right, and we're kind of time traveling, but then also preemptive time traveling because it's October, but it comes out in November.
Whoa.
But then we can't really talk like it's October because then it won't make sense when you listen to it in November.
Yeah, we had great Halloween.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
Oh yeah, lots of candy, lots of kids in costumes. Hope you had a great Halloween too.
Hope you did too.
But yeah, I don't know. A lot of the stuff that's going on right now, it's just so interesting to think of the past. I feel like I'm getting old. I had some kids walking through my mom's yard.
Oh, were you about to yell at them?
I yelled at them.
Yeah.
I did. And this was like last week. And this week I saw them again. I had to take my mom to the doctor and for a checkup.
Yeah.
And I saw those kids again. They weren't walking through the fucking yard.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I imagine they're like, that fucking old man. Old man Nicky's always coming out here yelling at us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, old man stuff, like, I tried to do some acrobatic stuff and ended up, like, pulling a muscle, and I was like, oh, I can't do that kind of stuff anymore. But yeah, because, like, even before doing that, like, if anything's higher than my waist, I usually, like, kind of squat down, maybe sit down to hop down. I'm not just going to jump. Like,
yeah.
I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't just go for it.
You don't recover quite the same.
Right. You were talking about the news. Have you heard about 3I Atlantis?
No.
Or Atlas? The comet?
Oh, okay. Is this like the newest one that like is going to come super close to Earth?
Not really super close, but it's the newest one that is interstellar.
Oh, okay.
Which means it's from outside of our galaxy.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. And I looked it up. Interstellar only means between stars. So if you travel between stars, you're interstellar.
I mean, that's a long way, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was just weird that that's what the word means.
Stellar sounds like star.
Yeah, and inter, so one star to another.
Yeah.
But
I guess because there was a movie called Interstellar.
Yeah, and I guess he travels between stars because he's trying to find one with a habitable Earth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I never would have thought. I feel like I'm a person that's like, where did that word come from, or where did that phrase come from?
Yeah,
that's not one that was on my list.
Yeah, because it's the third comet or body, whatever you want to call it, that in the I stands for interstellar. So I'm like, because at first I thought it was 31, and then it was like, no, it's 3I, and the I stands for interstellar. And the Atlas part is there's a collection of telescopes, and it's like stands for something that means like looking for collisions, stuff that'll collide with the Earth. Because every once in a while they gotta do a sweep, check, make sure. And they saw it in the 1st of July. They found this thing and noticed that it came from outside of our galaxy, and that it's called I forgot my notes, but it's like it like mean like when it's closest to the sun, it's like pre-helio.
Oh, like orbit, heliocentric.
It's not heliocentric,
orbit?
but it's called something else because it's not orbiting our sun. It's just passing through.
Oh, okay.
So we'll never see it again because it's not going to come back around. And they talk about the new thing. I've never heard of space units before, but they were talking about space units, and they're like, it'll be
like the unit is called space units.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then it's like the closest that it'll be to the Earth is like 30 space units, but then that's like 17 million miles. And I'm like, well, that's not really close. Because I guess what I heard, because like how the closest that it's going to come to Earth is these amounts of space units, which is 4 times as much space units as us to the sun. So maybe that's like the measurement.
Okay.
And I guess it's to make the numbers smaller for when you do math and shit. Instead of doing like 17 million miles, you just do like 5 space units or whatever.
5 times the distance we are from the sun.
Yeah, something like that.
Huh.
Yeah. But I looked into it because I was seeing all these things where people were saying that it was maybe not organic.
Oh.
And when I started doing my research, NASA said that it was odd because it started to give off nickel, like this nickel cyanide gas. And usually interstellar bodies or any kind of celestial body won't do that until they get closer to the sun. Like as the sun warms it up, then it'll start expelling these gases, like as it like evaporates kind of. But they were saying it was doing it farther away, so they feel like the nickel was bonded to something that was maybe like more fragile, like monoxide or something, like frozen monoxide, that when it hit came in range of our sun's radiation started to break up sooner. And it's like 4 miles across is what they're estimating is.
That's big.
Because if this thing's, the other thing that gets me about all this NASA stuff is it's
This is where we turn flat Earth.
170 million miles away, but yet they can somehow measure how far across it is, and they can tell what kind of like chemicals or metals are in its tail.
So I think the distance across is more realistic for me to understand.
Yeah.
Because it's like you see a car a certain distance away, or like a mountain.
Right.
You know, you could kind of, if you know distances, you can kind of judge. I don't know those things like offhand.
Oh, I think.
But a guy studying them, standing in one spot and like looking, because it's like a triangle.
Yeah.
If you kind of know how far away it is, you can kind of guesstimate
The sides.
yeah, depth perception type stuff.
Right. That's
And then the
Pythagorean?
no, that's all. The Pythagorean theorem is that all right triangles?
Oh, well, I guess if you go from a flat plane and then make a right triangle,
Oh, you get the height.
the height, yeah. And then if you knew, some kind of shit.
Yeah, some shit you got there.
Yeah.
You got some shit there, Dave.
Okay. So the metal part, I don't know, because they're like radioscopic, or they shoot a laser out, but that's 170 million miles.
But you're traveling at the speed of light, so
Right.
it takes a lot less time.
I
And I guess
suppose.
I have heard of things like that. I can't describe it, but
Right.
I was thinking like the color that it burns, or
Well, that's
something like that.
That's another thing that all the pictures, at least before, this might be different now, they're all black and white. And that they actually have an artist go and color them depending on what they get back from the mineral composition of what they're looking at. And then they would know what color to add to it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I saw that on the Discovery Channel, like in the 90s. So
Oh, that's definitely old tech then, I feel like, right?
yeah, because I mean, there's the new.
Because they could do that. They could program that shit into the computer. Yeah,
But
at
I mean,
least.
if they're just taking pictures, but you think
I think
nowadays
they got color pictures.
Yeah,
They got color pictures now, Dave.
I guess so. Well, because how they do the universe is you get a big, what do they call this? Like a lens, and you need it big, and you need it in a dark place so it can gather as much light, and then so as much light as you can gather is how far you can zoom in to see stuff farther away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why you're always seeing
Gather that light data.
when they investigate or like take pictures and they talk about the universe, we're actually looking at the ancient universe, which I don't think a lot of people understand when they're like, oh, and we're seeing stars formed. Like, well, that's not real time. That star could be dead.
Yeah,
We're just seeing it being born, like through our telescopes and stuff. But so I only found one source, and it was this guy, going back to the comet, and his name's like A.V. Loeb, Loeb, and his credentials is he's a Harvard scientist, but I just don't.
I am a scientist.
Right, but it's like he went to Harvard and he's a scientist. It's not like it's a Harvard professor. or anything. But he said that he thinks that it's like not man-made, but not naturally occurring because normally comets have tails, and this one didn't have a tail because it was acting a little odd. The scientists were saying because of this stuff that was gassing earlier than they would expect it to.
Huh.
And he was saying that the tail at one point was actually pointed towards Earth. So then that would mean that there would be a like a thrust or something, like a difference of thrust.
Oh no, they're coming for us.
Yeah.
It's the Super Saiyans coming down to conquer our planet.
And he kept calling it, have you heard of a black swan event?
I have heard of that, but I don't know what it is.
It's an event that is a surprise.
Okay, that adds up.
That
because most swans are white, and when you get a black one, it's a surprise.
Well, that's where it comes from, because back in the day when they were cataloging animals, they thought swans were only white, and then when they went to Australia, I think they found a black swan, and they're like, everything that we knew is a lie. But then there's also a part to it where then you can also, with hindsight, then rationalize that you knew it was like that all the time, and it's like, well, you didn't. But there are like events. They were saying like 9/11 was like a black swan event because it was a surprise and it changed not human understanding, but it did change the path of history, I guess. So that's why it was, because if it did turn out to be like an alien spaceship or something, that would be a fucking surprise.
Yeah.
And it would definitely change the course of human existence because we would have proof that they're like actual proof.
Yeah. What if it was like some aliens fucking, they're like a billion years into our future, and they totally trashed the shit out of their planet, and they like gathered up all the trash and like shot it into space.
Yeah, and it just happens to be coming our way.
Yeah, they're like, they can handle it.
Yeah, but the fact that they're 70 or 170 million miles away, and it's already like, I think to do some time traveling, October 30th 2025 is when it's going to be the closest point to the sun.
Yeah,
so it's probably,
so that was like last Thursday.
Yeah. But so it's probably already past us, been the closest to us that it's been. And so obviously nothing has happened. And the only person that
that comment, so for the longest time, and I don't know, I'm sure you've heard it, Davey.
Yeah.
I had the longest time I had a intro to the podcast that was when the asteroid hits and the volcanoes erupt and the whole earth is covered in ash and the aliens are here 1 million years in the future, and they drill down into this basement and they find these recordings.
Yeah.
This is what they'll know about the human beings.
Right. The Blue Ribbon Lounge.
Yeah. And that could actually be this event.
Oh, yeah. This is when it happens.
Dave's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like 5 days into our future and 5 days from your present.
Yeah, when you're listening to this, you might be like, you were totally wrong about that.
Yeah, Dave was not correct. It's not fine.
Yeah. But I can only find that guy and a couple of stories, because nowadays you have to go to multiple sources.
You have to.
Because the NASA website just talked about the facts. Space.com just talked about the facts.
Well, it's like Google tries to jam AI immediately down your throat.
Right. I hate it when I'm like, I don't want to read the AI synopsis to it.
Yeah. And it's all right because sometimes it can give you keywords and stuff.
Right.
But you can't trust it. Can't trust the robots yet.
I mean, I would say the only thing that I would say is good is when you're doing like something easy, like what do you set the oven for a baked potato? You don't have to like go to a website, open it up, scroll through a guy's life story to find out the temperature.
Recipe websites.
Yeah, it can just pop up and be like 450. Like, okay, good. But when it's like, what's going on with the White House? And then the AI is like, well, I'm like, no, I don't want to know from you, AI. I want to get a couple different sources. But yeah, all the seemingly reputable ones, like any kind of science, like journal, they just say it's this interstellar comet.
Their hands are almost tied in a way that's like if they give you what they think, that almost becomes outside of, scientific research.
Yeah. Like if they're, well, see, that's science. They just give you the facts. They don't give you the opinion.
Or like they can give you a theory.
Yes.
But then, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a lot of legal loopholes with it, especially with credible resources.
That's why they can only do the facts, and the facts.
Just the facts, man.
The scientific method is it's only a fact is if it can be duplicated and recreated. Mm-hmm. Like your theory that the air in your Stanley Cup blow up is going to taste like cherry Pepsi. Well, you don't know that until you try it, and if it does, then I'd have to suck on it and be like, oh yeah, shit, it is cherry Pepsi, like, because that's how that works. But just for some guy to be like, I'm a Harvard scientist, and this is definitely not man-made, or this is definitely not naturally occurring because I saw this, and then go on like news places and then say it is, like, that doesn't make it fact. Mm-hmm. But the fact that I only saw his name, and the only other parts that I saw that were crazy was like Reddit, which
the Wild West.
Yeah, and then like medium.com, where it was like, oh, and it almost sounded like the Heaven's Gate thing, where they're like, oh, you have to open your mind and be in a chrysolite bee, and like maybe it is, and even if it's not, it should be, because this will help to expand your understanding of the universe. And I'm like, well, that is a lot of woo.
Yeah.
So I was kind of excited because I'm like, oh, scientists are saying this, and then I found out it was only just this one scientist that was saying it. But because I was a little bit excited.
I mean, you could be excited. You don't have to kill that dream just because you're aligning with the woo woo.
Well, and then because I brought it up to my old lady, because she was like, well, you don't even know if that's real because everything's AI. So how do you know that that's actually the NASA website that you're looking at? Blah, and then that's like, well, that's just putting everything in doubt. Now that there's AI, really, what can you even do? But we were talking about it, and it's like, yeah, if it was aliens, she's like, well, maybe they're just zooming by. I'm like, yeah, we're probably a hostile planet. They're like, lock the doors, we're going by Earth.
Yeah.
Don't get too close. I'm 4 space units away. We're good.
They haven't gotten rid of COVID yet. We don't want to get sick.
Yeah. Well, because if you think you do, like,
they still have primates that rule that planet.
Yeah. Because then I was thinking about it, and then we might be like the universe's Sentinel Island.
Sentinel Island,
where there's that contacted tribe.
Oh yeah.
And then when people do come, they kill them.
Was that Cannibal Death Tribes?
Yeah, Death Tribes. Because
dude, we're a shoot first, ask questions later type.
That's
of
exactly what I said. Yeah, and if you came down and you were like, okay, well, we're gonna neutralize all your guns, then we would be like, we're under attack, and we wouldn't listen to them anyway because you're like, oh, you're hostile. You took away all our guns.
Yeah.
Like, so it would be really hard to make contact. Because then I'm like, well, because the old ladies are like, well, how would you do that? And I was like, I don't know. You abduct a bunch of like rednecks and tell them that because of our nuclear weapons, we're going to ruin the future. And then you check their butt to make sure that, I don't know, they're not sick, and then send them back to Earth to let them tell their cousins.
They don't have any space diseases.
Yeah. You got to make sure you didn't catch a space disease before you put you back down on Earth.
Yeah. There's one going rampant. We just want to make sure.
Yeah, we don't want you to be the smallpox blanket.
Well, that's interesting. I got a buddy who does space photography.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he knows about it and or could take a picture.
It would be this week.
Yeah.
I think
I'll shoot him a text.
I read, or next month, because right now it's too close to the sun for them to see.
Oh, okay.
So
it's passing between us and the sun, or
no? It's just because it's so small.
Okay, yeah.
And the sun burns out so much light.
Yeah. Do you know where it's passing? Like the sun, us, and then like the asteroid belt, like. Is it on the other side of the sun? Is it
the mock-up model that I saw was like, say it's going like
You have to describe it. This is an audio only podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Like
he's like moving his hands.
Like because there's a word for it where it's not the diameter or the radius, but like if you go like take a slice,
a tangent,
maybe a tangent, like a slice off the circle, it's kind of gonna skim Mars's rotation.
Oh, so it'll be inside the asteroid belt.
Yeah,
which you were talking about, like the not the hemisphere, but the heliosphere.
The helio.
Yeah, whatever the term was. You don't have your notes, and
yeah,
I couldn't find it looking it up.
No, that's all right. But so it'll come just within Mars's orbit. That's how close it'll be.
That's pretty cool.
And from the thing I saw, it looked like it's going to be like kind of super close to Mars, but I guess I didn't look up to see how close it was going to be to Mars.
Yeah, because like it could be on the opposite side or something.
Well, because what I saw is like we were going to be.
Did you see like a 3D thing where it was like showing orbits and stuff as it passed through?
Because like cool. Mars would like just pass as it goes into Mars's orbit, and we're coming around towards it as it's flying by. So we're kind of away, not all the way on the other side, but like starting to come around
like two
to the
planes
side.
Passing in the night.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool. And yeah, I think it's the most interesting part that you're saying here, I think, is the fact that it's like only the third object.
Yeah. And the scientists are all giddy about it is because they
yeah, dude, they got a hard on for fucking the third thing.
Yeah, but they discovered it early enough where they had enough time to like study it and check it out and find out what kind of gases it's expelling, because it's like a good snapshot into what the rest of the universe is made up, like outside of our galaxy, to make sure, like, because we know that everything is the same elements unless we haven't found one, but how you combine those elements might be different in other galaxies than how it is in ours.
Yeah, so the three interstellar objects are one eye Oumuamua, Oumuamua. And that was in 2017.
Yeah.
So that was the first one. And that's not too far away. Maybe this shit's been happening. We just didn't have the tech.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, too.
Okay.
We didn't have... Because that new telescope...
Not the Hubble.
But the newest one.
Yeah.
I think with that one, we started seeing a lot more shit.
Okay. And then two-eye Borisov. The first two probably like the names of the people that saw them.
I think so, yeah.
That's 2019.
Because I think the Oumuamua one.
Yeah.
I think that was like that observatory in Hawaii.
Okay. It's like on a mountain or something.
Yeah.
And then this 3-eye atlas.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's the technology thing. Kind of like a couple years ago when everybody's freaking out about weather balloons.
Yeah,
because the
James Webb Telescope.
That's what it is. Yeah, because they recalculated all the radars they gave them updates, and all of a sudden we started seeing more shit in the sky.
Shit!
God! Yeah, it's like no, those things were always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, so many things happening.
Yeah.
Around us, in our little microcosm of the Quad Cities, we got movies getting made. In the universe, we got interstellar objects.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great time to be alive, even if you don't think so.
No, I think so. That's one of those questions where it's like...
I meant like the proverbial you, Dave.
I know. I was just saying, but like if you think about it subjectively, when people are like, when would you feel like you'd want to live? Well, why wouldn't you want to live right now? Because we have like air conditioning and cell phones and cars and memory foam beds and PlayStations and...
PlayStations are tight.
You walk into the grocery store and buy food, like... You know, I mean...
Well, some of us were born after Elvis died, okay, Dave?
I could see that. But, I mean, you wouldn't want to be like, oh, I want to go back to 1650. Like,
oh, jeez.
So you can die of scurvy? Like...
Did I tell you I rewatched A Million Ways to Die in the West?
I've seen it, yeah.
I rewatched it recently.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
It holds up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to live then.
No.
Just like a die of dysentery because you have a hard poop. Or
exactly.
Some shit.
Yeah, you get constipated and can't shit and you die.
Well, that's all I had, Dave.
That's all I had.
Wow. From there to here, we find ourselves at last. Thanks so much for listening. no matter who you are, what you do, where you come from, be good to yourself.
Yes, and remember that the little you would be super safe with the big you. So keep that in mind. Because we have a support in our basement, and I jumped up, and I was like whoa, whoa, that hurt. Today it's just been like super sore. It's
Not
a little bruised.
man anymore.
No, it's like a wake up call.
Hmm.
Ooh, something's buzzing.
Hell yeah, girl. Oh, here are my notes. Those are my notes.
Those are your notes.